Hey guys, welcome to Ed Paranormal. So we're going to do something a little different. This one we're going to call Breaking News. And it's 6 stories that I've got for you guys of different things in the paranormal world. So some of you already may know these things or you may not. So we're going to go starting the beginning of this month. Right at the very, very end of May, and I'm sorry, I keep looking down because I do have 6 stories that I've got to read from my notes. So the end of May, the couple from Paranormal Files has ended their relationship. From what I found out is the female of the group, she quit before they ended their relationship. Her last filming was back in October. He says that the relationship ended on a good side. There was nothing bad or negative about it. She just wasn't interested in the paranormal world anymore. So I'm not going to take sides on anything that I report to you guys. I just wish her well. Wish his endeavors with Paranormal File goes on as usual. Then let's see. Ooh, now we're getting to the juicy bits. June 3rd, Proven Demons and a bunch of other YouTube creators were together at a haunted location, taping, and Ghost of Britain and Mark Smith showed up there as well. Mark Smith and Andrew with Proven Demons have not been on a good note. So, of course, Andrew hears that Mark is there and he runs to confront him. A lot of yelling, screaming. Mark Smith remained calm. There was accusations thrown. One of the accusations, I'm not going to get into all of them because I'm not going to take sides. One of the accusations was Andrew with Proven Demons said that Mark Smith had blackmailed him. But like I said, there was just a lot of screaming. There was no violence. Ghost of Britain, the minute everybody converged, ran out of the building, left Mark there by himself, and they called the police from the safety of their car. I mean, there was no violence, so I don't know. They all left together. The police did show up, asked for everybody's identification, and everybody was able to leave. No big deal. There was, like I said, no violence. It was just a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling. Then, on June 8th, Paranormal Truth, every Monday, they invite people onto their show to interview. Well, on this day, June 8th, they invited Andrea Perron. Now, if people don't know who she is, her family was the first family to move into the Conjuring house. Before then, it was all, kept in the family. The house was. So they were the very first family in 1970. I think it's 1970 when they moved into the Conjuring house. And I have to say, it was such a great interview. It was so good. I have been keeping up with her over the month of May, and she did a lot of interviews, a lot. So when I saw her on this interview with Paranormal Truth, Justin and Dale, she revealed so much more about things that happened in the house, and just, just more information that I've seen her give in recent interviews. They still have that up, and it's worth watching. I was really impressed, and they're planning on having her come back. They haven't said when, but they're going to have her come back because so many people had so many questions for her. So they're going to do a Q&A where she just answers questions the entire time, which I think is a brilliant idea. And like I said, it was a great interview, and she really revealed a lot of stuff about living there. Let's see. Then, this is interesting. June 11th, on Darkness Radio, they had Aaron Sanger on, and he talked about his interview he had with Ace Frehley. And some of you new people that don't know who Ace Frehley is, I'm showing my age now. He's the guitarist for who, my dear? Who? Oh, you don't know who Ace Frehley is?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
The guitarist for
Kiss.
Kiss. Right.
I like Kiss. I grew up listening to it all night long. So in his interview, Ace Frehley says that he sees UFOs. I don't do UFOs, but he sees UFOs. And he saw one in his, he saw a UFO land in his backyard of his home in New York. He said there was even a circular burn pattern on his grass. But not only that, he also believes in the paranormal. And he shared that he was hit in the face by a ghost. And not just hit, he was hit in the face by a ghost. From what I'm understanding, when he was at the baggage carousel, I was like, okay. But I found that interesting nonetheless, that Ace freely shared that information. Let's see. Okay. Now, and I'm pretty sure my husband will, I don't know, have some words about this one. Mark Smith, yes, we're back to Mark Smith, had a warrant for his arrest. It was issued this month on the 14th. He left his home, was gone for a week. In that week, he did go on a ghost hunt with none other than Ghost of Britain. And he was picked up by the police on the 19th, which he bailed out the following day. And it said he was arrested for domestic violence and child abuse. Now, like I said, in my country, you're innocent until proven guilty. But I can say that this hasn't been the first complaint that I've heard. And this past Monday, Paranormal Truth talked about this. They said he was arrested for, he said it was a level 4 domestic abuse. And they said, according to the UK laws, Great Britain, how that level 4 is the worst you can get. Don't know the details about it, but I have to stand firmly. There's no reason for child abuse. There's none. I don't know what you have to say about that, dear.
No, honey, there's no reason for it.
There's just, I mean, yeah, kids can frustrate us. You can yell at them. But putting your hands on a child and frightening them, hurting them, is uncalled for. And in my book, no, I won't stand for it. I won't stand for it. I don't care if it's a man getting abused or a woman getting abused. I think my husband will firmly agree on that one as well. You don't put your hands on the people that you love, period. And stop. There's no going forward. You just don't do it. So we'll see as time comes exactly what's going to happen with that. So now the last story, and this is an interesting one. I had heard from a paranormal channel that there was 2 guys and a female in a cemetery at Little Rock, Arkansas. And one of the gentlemen was stabbed. They said in this story they were ghost hunters. And this took place June 16th. It turns out, with a little investigating and a little digging, that what it was these 2 guys and a girl just were at a cemetery, I guess, looking to get scared, thrills, I don't know. The one guy and the female wanted to leave. They were done. They wanted to leave. An argument broke over who was going to drive. So the other male, he got in the car and he drove. As they're driving down the road, the female starts complaining that she can't breathe, and she wanted this guy to pull over. I'm not going to name names. And he refused. So she leaned over and tried to take the key out of the ignition, while the male that was with her tried to take control of the truck. So the guy driving the vehicle proceeded to pull a knife and stab his friend, the male. He stabbed him in the leg and torso. They make it to the hotel and proceed to then call the police. And so I found an article where this person did some digging and found out they're not part of any paranormal group. So this one was kind of debunked. I mean, it was 2 guys and a girl looking for thrills, cheap thrills in the cemetery, and had an argument. Nothing paranormal whatsoever. They're not ghost hunters. So I thought that was a quite interesting story.
Right. Which ties in on one question you can answer about how many spirits are hanging around in a cemetery.
Right. I have to agree with that. You know, people think going to a cemetery, it's haunted. Who wants to be around their rotting body? Who? Really? Who? I mean, okay, maybe you'll get a few, maybe something here and there. I don't know. All I can say is when I was younger, I was at cemeteries and I didn't pick up anybody. But that's me. Maybe for other people, yeah, okay. But it's interesting how the news will tweak stories and say, oh, they're ghost hunters. I don't know of any ghost hunters that would go and stab each other. I mean, you're spending hours bored to death at locations, not cemeteries, locations. There's a bond there. I just don't see going, hey, I'm going to stab my best friend over an argument. It wasn't over an argument. It was because the girl wanted to pull over, and so the guy that got arrested for the stabbing, it turns out he had past history of false imprisonment and assault. So there you go. There you have it. So those are my 6 stories. I wanted to see what y'all thought about this and if you found this to be interesting. And if you wanted me to do maybe once a month, breaking news, paranormal breaking news. Let me know. Again, like, subscribe, follow, and share, because the more people we get on my channel and on my Facebook, we can go live and we can have much more fun. Thanks, guys.